Turning now to last night's State of the State address. It was likely one of the last times Rhode Islanders will hear from Gina Raimondo in her role as governor. Her speech did not include the usual pomp and circumstance last night.
Yeah, the governor spoke in a mostly empty House chamber because of the pandemic, and her tone was different from the norm. Let's check in with Kate Walsh as she has some of the key takeaways and new reaction.
Well, Governor Raimondo used the speech to remind Rhode Islanders what she's done in the past 6 years, while the Republican Party responded saying much more could have been done, especially in the area of education and reining in a governor's power.
Rhode Island is and always will be my home.
With her heart in Rhode Island and her mind looking ahead to Washington, Governor Gina Raimondo turned what was most likely her final State of the State address into a farewell of sorts, reflecting on her last decade in public office in the Ocean State.
I have to say it's very difficult for me to leave Rhode Island. It is a bittersweet moment.
A governor utilizes the State of the State address to remind citizens of the work that's been done for them and outline plans for the future. This one taking a different tone. Raimondo speaking to an empty House chamber with just her family, House Speaker and Senate President, and 2 staff members inside, reflecting largely on her past 6 years in office, accomplishments in infrastructure, education, and job creation.
Through it all, we have focused on building an economy that works for workers.
But she left out much of the future and plans for the budget. That's something Senate President Dominic Ruggiero and House Speaker Joe Shekarchi plan to discuss first and foremost with Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee. 12 News spoke exclusively to them about Raimondo's legacy as they exited the chamber.
She put a lot of people to work in this state. She created a lot of jobs. She had some very novel programs that I would never use training programs.
History will treat Gina Raimondo very kindly. I think people will look at the first female governor and the state of Rhode Island when she took office and when she left it.
And looking ahead now, it's still unclear, of course, how much longer Governor Raimondo will be governor. The full Senate needs to approve her as Commerce Secretary, and that could be as early as tomorrow. And if it's not, it could be a while, as the Senate is expected to start Trump's impeachment trial on Monday. Live in the studio, I'm Kate Walsh, 12 News.